Mississippi.
Yeah, that's right. Mississippi is supposedly racist.
Oh my
guys.
Racist is wank. So
Hashtag.
so let me tell you guys. So, boom, I'm in Mississippi College. I'm throwing parties, throwing events. They start calling us, Hoodie Gang. So, I'll name myself that. So, next thing you know, man, like literally, like when I tell you like Mississippi's racist, it's racist.
Oh,
like I mean, like the type of comments I'd get, like they made like a whole page about, like they made like a Hoodie Gang like page according to the college. So like people from the college are making pages, and they weren't really posting racist stuff. But like the shit was like so funny. It was just like, we know the Hoodie Gang probably is running a like, I don't know. They said like I was running like some huge like scheme, like
some pyramid scheme type thing, or
not even that. Like they thought I was a cult leader.
Oh my
He's brainwashing the men and women of this college because it was a Christian college.
That's right. Bad influence for these little girls out there.
I wasn't even a bad influence. I was real. So
look,
So look, the thing is like all the girls we go to because we had to go to chapel, right?
Dang, I can't imagine Bryce in a chapel. It's just.
Oh, I had chapel lit,
I bet you did.
But
I know in the choir.
No, like I actually like I didn't like I'm Christian as well. Like, disrespect it, but I'd make it fun for everyone. Make it entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
Just like for my group that'd be there. But stop laughing at me. So look,
whatever you say, bro.
So
whatever helps you sleep at night. Yeah,
right. So it'd be funny because everyone would put on this front, it's like this super,
two-faced, like mask.
Super goody two-shoe school. But, we see all these, girls and guys who are, all turned that past weekend, doing a bunch of unspeakable things. But then, they come in here and you want to do chapel. So that wasn't a problem because humans are humans. We're going to do what we're going to do. We're going to have fun. The only problem with that is like when, people like, board members of the school would try to single people out. Yep. And there were even teachers sleeping with,
seriously,
with students and things like that. Yeah, a lot of it. Like there was like a guidance counselor or something like that, and she was like cheating on her husband, like a young guy. So it was a lot of it was like a lot of that going on.
She giving guidance, that's for sure. You know what I'm saying.
So like, man, like things like that were happening, which is cool. But I was like, don't try to single me out and come for me. Mm-hmm. So I basically like left that school. Came down here, but the crazy part is kind of like how you said, things don't happen to you, they really happen for you. But if that would have never happened, I would have never like scaled Hoodie Gang to the level that it's out now. Even like on my business page, the followers don't speak for itself, because I'm now starting to focus a lot more on that. But like I have a big influence, just haven't really put a lot on my business page. But like it's kind of weird. If had that have never happened to me, I would have never been in this position that I am now.
Yep.
So it wasn't even a bad thing. It's a great thing.
Isn't that how weird, you know what I'm saying? In the moment, you might think something's bad that might have happened to you, but you got to think of it as happening for you. And so that, in your case, that makes sense.
Because like a lot of the celebrities I've met, people I've worked with, that wouldn't have happened in fucking Mississippi. Going to school for 4 years, I literally would have wasted my time.
Wasted your time, money, and energy.
Yeah, and I was going to school for free. Like I was on a scholarship, but still, I mean, like,
was it for track?
Track and academics.
Yeah.
So you remember the ACT? It was just like right now in these days, unless you're trying to be a doctor or a lawyer, everything you really need is online. You don't need to go to school.
YouTube.
You really don't. It's YouTube. And even when I paid $thousands for the textbooks, we never use those huge textbooks. If I'm trying to figure out what this question is, I just need to know that one question. Because now in these days, you're not going to school to actually learn. You're going to school just to pass. Because you're doing like, I just want to pass so I can get this degree so I can finally be financially secure. That's how you're thinking.
And you're not going to be, because then you have a debt, and then you have this, and you have that, and all you're doing is accumulating debt. That's really what you're doing.
Really
so one day you can pay it off. So then one day you can make money.
No. The school system currently is literally it is a business. And it's literally, it trains people how to be employees, not employers. And so that's, they don't promote
school
creativity.
Was started, not school specifically, but the reason we have, you can actually look this up. This is actually crazy. And you probably already know this. The reason it's A, the reason why it's A, B, and C? The reason why grades are A, B, and C, that is the quality of meat. Did you know that?
Ooh.
I had no, wow.
That's deep.
Why do you think it's A, grade A, meat, grade B, meat, grade C, meat? And the reason why is because they were training these young people to be ready to work in factories. Boom.
Wow, hold on.
Raise your hand if you need to go somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, you done put me on.
Make sure that you ask for permission for this. Make sure you don't have a proper opinion because everybody's the same in a factory.
And you got to meet the standard.
You got to meet the standard to be able to work there.
Look at that.
Oh yeah. This is crazy. I'll have to pull it up probably when I'm editing it, but it's crazy. That's actually why they would, raise your hand if you need to do something. Grade A, B, and C. Anything else is failure to meet the standard.
Yeah, you don't meet the standard.
You don't meet the standard.
That's crazy.
You go like Cuba, for example, bro. Cuba,
I want to visit
by
Cuba.
12th grade,
you go there, you're gonna be God walking in there and you're saying,
no, by 12th grade, you're coming out with a associates. Yeah. So what happens is, you're getting to that 9th grade or whatever. They go, okay, what are you interested in? I'm interested in business. I'm interested in this. Obviously, Cuba's downgrade, you could say, when it comes to that. But let's say you're interested in finance, right? Okay. By 9th grade, you're already taking classes
in finance.
So you're taking your regular classes.
Something you're actually going to utilize.
Exactly. And so by the time that you go to 12th grade, you actually graduate with an associate's.
That makes sense.
So your most basic college stuff here, people are graduating 12th grade with that over there.
Right.
Not like here where you have to go to a specific school for that. You got to go to a specific high school. I went to a magnet in music, right? I'm using music now, but not as a career.
Right.
You see what I mean?
Exactly.
And so it's crazy because here you have to go to a specific school to be able to, actually graduate with something. I have a cousin of mine. He graduated with, I forgot what was it in, but it was to be able to work in Cox. He's not working for Cox.
Right.
Right. So yeah, it's crazy, but yeah, that's how school started.
The more you know, man.
The more you know.
Well, I honestly think school in general is like a dream killer, in my opinion. It's a dream killer, long term, anyways, because most people have aspirations and they want to get to a certain place, or they want to, have a car, or have a house that they want, or many houses, or whatever that might be. But if you're not creative and going about doing that, and actually finding people that have made it, right, then you're not going to get.
You know why? There's a meme I saw, and it's one of the most truthful memes I've seen, and it's Tom from Tom and Jerry with his hands like this. Right on top it says, "You're asking, how do I write a check? How do I pay bills? How do I manage my money, et cetera, et cetera?" And then it says, and what school says is, A plus B is
Y equals
something like that, and it was like that's literally it right there, right? You come out of high school. I remember one of the when I went to college, and then I dropped out as well. So,
right, hey, man,
but
congratulations,
because
exactly
because I wasn't really learning anything that I already didn't know.
Practical, you weren't.
And I've been managing, dude. I've had businesses since I was young.
Right.
I started probably around 14 years old. I used to go to a dollar store. They had these type of necklaces. Long story short, I used to buy a bunch of necklaces for $1, buy another type of necklace for $1, put those together, sell it for $7 at like 14 years old, 13 years old. So I know what it is, right? So
that gets you to where you need to be slower.
Exactly. So now you're accumulating more debt, and you're learning less, and it's like you said, unless you're going to be a lawyer or a doctor, where I'm sorry, if you haven't gone to college and you're a doctor, I don't want you, anywhere near me.
Cutting me up, yeah.
Yeah, but that's because specifically that's something very specific. Yeah. But for something as being an entrepreneur, starting your own business, dude, the amount of information we have nowadays, the amount of information we have nowadays, it really makes it to where you don't really need it. I think Elon Musk said the same thing.
Him and Donald both said that. Yeah. I was watching a YouTuber called The Real Estate Trapper. One of my top financial YouTube guys. I'm watching YouTube. He said he was at the strip club. Pulled up in his Rolls Royce. These young kids pulled up in his Rolls Royce next to him, if I'm not mistaken. Hopefully, I'm telling the story right. But he said in his YouTube that all they do. He asked them what do they do. They upload, rainwater videos of people that sleep at night. They make $500K a month.
I tell you what.
So he was telling me he's like. Like, if you think about it, what college degree, what's going to make you $500K a month net profit? No overhead. You're just posting a video. Nothing. I think he's even to like a lot of YouTubers making like $40K a month, smalling from YouTube. And it's kind of crazy because, you're kind of if you pay attention, they're trying to tell us that business is oversaturated. When he said it's really not. Like even for YouTube and things like that, like I'm pretty sure YouTube's beating real estate and passive income because there's no overhead. If I post a video and I'm making $70K a month, I don't have to go, talk to his landlord, invest in his house. I'm just posting a video and I'm done.
Yep.
And it's just going to continue to make old money and new money.
Exactly.
That's the beauty of YouTube right there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So once you get it going, it's just like.
Yep.
Yeah. You just got to maintain at that point, and that proves the point of if you're not creative in the marketplace, or if you're not if you don't do the things that you're passionate about, or something that is going to solve a problem for some select individuals, then you're not really going to get very far.
I noticed this. A lot of people think, even a self-limiting belief, you need money to make money. You really don't. You just need an idea. Because you can just come up with an idea and have no money and come to someone and do this and start making money.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, and it's funny because whenever I think about you need money to make money, even though there's a truth to it, because if not, there's a truth to it. However, if that was the case, then people you would somehow have already money to then become well known to already, you know what I mean?
That is true.
So that means people wouldn't be able to be, better yet, that would mean people would be self-made.
Right.
Because somehow they already had money. Right.
Yeah, that's true.
So unless unless your parents already had money and whatever, most people, you got the majority of people do have to start without money.
Right.
They start with an idea. They start by, whatever. And then they pursue that idea or that passion or whatever it is. And then that turns into a business that later on turns into money, obviously.
Even people who've done things like music, like T Grizzly said that like he went to jail for like trying to break in, like steal some jewelry. Came out of jail, right? Just like I think he had like a few $100. He's like, hey, will you just shoot a music video for me? Dude shot a music video. Went to his homeboy studio. I'm pretty sure it was free. Had a beat that I'm pretty sure he didn't pay for it. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm explaining this right. He said he, the song "First Day Out" by T Grizzly.
Yeah,
they prayed on my downfall.
I'm bad with names. Okay. I'll be honest. I'm bad with names.
Dropped that song. He said like in a day or two, the next couple of days, somebody was like, "Hey, I want to book you for a show." He started getting paid minimum $50,000 a show. $50,000 for like an hour or two. So, but he didn't have any money. He just had an idea. I'm just gonna drop a song.
Yeah.
Well, he had the idea, but he also had the motivation. And whenever you don't have motivation to do what you're trying to do, anything, you're not going to get very far.
Imagine if you're just like, oh man, I'll just go get a job. I'm tired.
Yeah, because you're lazy.
Yeah, you're lazy.
Well, action, man. There's a reason why action speaks more than words. You can give me an idea right now. You can tell me, yo, Jose, I'm going to make it one day. I'm gonna make it. Yeah, I'm like, oh, that's awesome, dude. Yeah, I'm gonna make it. I'm going to write an album.
Right.
Entirely, myself. I'm just gonna do it, produce it. We talk a week later. What have you done? Oh, nothing yet, but it will happen, bro. It will happen. You're gonna see it. Okay. Month later, yo, have you done anything? No, dude, it's gonna happen. Don't worry about it. It's gonna. Have you talked with people about it? Have you tried to get a producer? Or are you gonna do it yourself? Have you downloaded a program? Started kind of playing around with how how to actually build a song? Put two and two together.
Right.
No, not yet, but it's gonna happen. And so what that happens, what's going to happen is that nothing's going to happen.
Right.
Right. And so action does speak more, speak louder than words. For me, whenever we were talking about doing the podcast, I think it was a Saturday when I spoke with Nate. That Monday, we were already looking what equipment are we going to get?
Right.
What are we going to do? What's the plan? Who are we going to put on it? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. By Tuesday, we were already looking up, okay, do we have the budget for it? Okay, we don't have the budget for it. Let's
make the budget for it.
Right.
I'm going to have to get from my money. You're going to have to get from your money.
What can we get right now?
We'll make that money back. Literally, like, just like that. We'll make that money back. What do we got in the safe? This much? Crap. We need $200 more for this thing. Let's wait. Let's make this job happen, and then we'll be able to buy that and two more things. You know what I mean? But we started, I think by week 2, we already had most of the equipment done.
Right.
And we had a sort of a plan of what we wanted to do. By week 3 and 4, we already had everything together. We already had talked to people. By week 5, when we were about to start actually doing the first episode, we already had two people who wanted to be part of it, not just as guests, but they actually wanted to sponsor it.
Wow.
By week 5.
You probably weren't even expecting that.
We weren't at all. And so but we took action to it, and this is not like we got nothing else to do. Like, dude, I have a remodeling company to run. Right. We have a marketing company to run. He works with me sometimes on remodeling. First of all, extra cash, why not? Who wouldn't want to? But also sometimes I'm overwhelmed with work. I'll call him up. I'm like, yo, I need this, and this done. Can you get it for me? Yeah, cool. I'm gonna go get that done. So it's not like we got nothing to do. We have a lot to do. And then I got church, I got this, I got that. You know what I mean? I'm the marketing director for the church, so I'm in charge of that. So I'm all over the place constantly. But I still made the time, and we still took the action. We said we're just gonna have to do it. One of his first questions was like, "Dude, what are we gonna do? How are we gonna do it?" I'm like, "Dude, I don't know, but we're just gonna have to do it." Start calling people up. We were talking. I was talking with my cousin about getting him on the podcast. We're gonna get him next Monday. Sorry, and I remember him telling me, he's like, "Yo, we gotta get Bryce on the podcast." I said, "Call him right now. Text him right now. Whatever you gotta do." You sure? I don't know if we do it now. Right. Like do it now, right now. Because if we don't do it now, you know what I mean?
I wouldn't even been here anyway.
Exactly. So, right. So if you don't do it now, then we can't wait and hope. You're not going to call us up and be like, "I have a feeling you're doing a podcast. Let me be on it." You know what I mean? You're not going to do that. Exactly. No. So it takes action, because actions do speak more than words. Right. Big time, for sure.
Yeah. Well, when it comes to action, your why for doing something is what's going to get you out of the bed in the morning. It's going to get you through the difficult times, whether it be business, life, whatever. And so what would you guys say is your biggest motivation, and how did you discover, or how did that come to be as your motivation?
So my biggest motivation, honestly, was this, when I started doing things, it's how good I made other people felt. Which is kind of weird. You would have thought it'd been the money, thought it'd been, the clout,
helping
whatever.
people.
But I get a really good feeling of helping people, because I know that impact is going to like have a lot of longevity to it. Like even if you look at Elon Musk, he wasn't the first person making an electrical car, but he's making all these cars for other people to drive. So things like that I was like, okay, I'm really making people feel good. And people are like, hey, you're inspiring me. And I'm just like, man, I'm just having fun. But I was like, making money doesn't have to be hard, and you can make money doing what you want to do. So I was like, you know what? Especially in a small city like this, I'm like, man, let me go ahead and be a pioneer for that. Then as I started to like do things, stuff happened along the way, like becoming a producer, like starting my clothing line. Like this all happened. Manifestation is very real, like by the universe. Like this all just started to happen. So it's like, this is my path. And then like, when Schmidt had his baby and like Juan had his baby, that inspired me. Because obviously I don't have any kids or anything. I don't plan on having kids. So I'm like in my 30s. But just to see like that younger generation, like, okay, if Schmidt's working with me and I consider my brother, what I do right now will help his family eat. So that like inspired me a lot. Just being able to be like a pioneer for like the younger people.
Being a good example. A good example, a good leader, somebody to look up to.
So you're looking into the future as well. You're saying, okay, where am I going to be in the next 10 years?
Exactly. And I already know, like, within the next few years, I'm definitely going to be a multi-billionaire, especially with the app, with the music and things like that. And I already know, like, what I'm going to do with that money. Like you even see, like, with the app, I already had, like, okay, this is how it makes money. This is the plan for it, but it's not really about the money. And I have a lot of stuff I want to do in Pensacola as well, because, I'm not sure if you're from Pensacola. And you said you're from Miami.
I'm Miami.
But me and him are from Pensacola, and like people like us, like I wish there would have been more people like us from the beginning, inspiring, kind of like reaching out and grabbing us, like, hey, keep doing this later. Because the only regret I have, everything happens for a reason, but the only regret I did have is there are not a lot more people like us, and a lot more people, motivating us to do things like something like opening up a nightclub. Like if I open up a nightclub down here, like people be like, hey, we finally got, more crazy lit things to do. Yeah. So I feel like there's a lot that I am going to do for the city when I come back. And I also know that Pensacola hasn't really had like a big A-list, celebrity to come out of Pensacola. So I'm going to be one of a few people like that. When I mean A-list, I mean like a The Rock or someone like a Drake or someone of that type of level.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
We got some known people.
We got some prominent people.
But that's good. You're looking towards what's going to happen in the next 5 years, 10 years, whatever. A lot of people don't do that. And that's a problem. Because if you don't look towards that, a lot of people are like, nah, bro, I live in the now.
Right.
If you live in the now, then your future is going to catch up with you, and then you're going to be surprised.
Right. Yeah.
I was talking with him the other day. We're like, dude, I graduated 2017. What? You know what I mean? Like, I can't. What happened? Right? Like, it's so quick.
Right.
And so if you don't look forward and you don't realize, okay, this is what I want, put yourself small goals on what you want. And if you don't do that, then it's going to catch up with you really quick. And next thing you know, you're in your 50s and you're like, what did I do? Right? Yeah.
Well,
big time.
it's literally those who do not plan are planning to fail.
Yeah, that's true.
If you don't plan for your future, if you don't plan for the now and for later, time's going to catch up as he was saying, and you can't do nothing about that because you can't get time back. So why not make the right decisions right now and
have the future easier on you?
Don't live with guilt, and that's one. I'll give a little piece of whenever I was younger. So I mean, at least what kind of started me off on the personal development journey, because that's been a big part of my young adult life. And so, you know, I thought about the people on their deathbeds, for example, like envisioning myself. I don't want to be on my deathbed and regret the things that I could have done or what I could have achieved. And, you know, you have the ability to do so. Why not do that? You know, why not make something of your life? And there's a lot of people out here that haven't thought about that. And actually it hasn't soaken into their soul, you know, and I kind of imprinted that into myself. I burned it inside of me. I was like, I'm going to be better. I'm not going to be average. I can't be average. That's another thing. Like the whole school thing. Yeah. I'm all for, you know, learning the things that you want to learn and the things that are actually going to get you where you want to be. But first of all, you got to understand yourself, you know, self-awareness. There's a whole
self-awareness is a big one.
When there's somebody, you know, maturity in general, that's a whole thing. Whenever somebody says that they're like a whole individual, that's a rare individual right there. That's a high value individual. And you don't come across those many people because a lot of people mimic other people, including your parents. Like if you're basing you know, success off your parents, your parents didn't do it right most of the time.
A perfect example is like look at Kanye. It's like everyone says, "Oh, he's crazy and he's this and that," but you've probably never seen someone like so many people like follow him or like whatever his plan is or see him like be talked about as much. But it's like he's got to be a billionaire somehow, and he's original. So
he's an OG.
But you know what?
He was creative in his own craft.
With Kanye, a lot of things that you see from him is him talking about his negatives, things that he does wrong, and that's actually something like fantastic to do. The problem is a lot of people live in an illusion that I don't have that many wrong things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they don't think that they got problems.
I just got to work, not on this addiction, not on this other thing. I just got to work on the fact that I don't wake up early enough. You know what I mean? If I wake up early enough, I'm going to be a millionaire someday. No, you're horrible with your finances. You're not doing this. You're not doing this. You got that addiction. You got this thing over here. You know what I mean? But that's too much to handle.
Right.
And when you don't actually sit down and go, okay, what is limiting me? What is slowing me down from going here? Right. And you mentioned like, man, I counted maybe like 15 things that you said about yourself. Yeah. But the fact that you know that about yourself, that gives you something to work with.
Right.
Well, that speaks volumes. He's self-aware. He's humble.
No, but that tells you, okay, the reason I'm not here is because I still got to work on this, and this. Let me work on that. While I'm still trying to get this goal, you know, let me work on those things, and then you're actually growing. But when you have an illusion that there's not many things wrong with you, that's all it's going to be. It's going to be an illusion.
Well, that's your own reality. You know, many people living in their own little world, and you know, most people don't take responsibility for their actions.
That's like people saying, "I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich." You can say you're rich all you want, but if you're not working towards it, if you're not actually seeing and again, that's just living in an illusion, living in your own reality. You can say you're rich as much as you want, but if you're not actually working towards it, if you're not actually doing anything towards it, you can say it all you want. Right. It ain't real, and it ain't going to happen, right? That's true. You know, you already got your goals. You got everything that you're working towards, and the fact that you're not just saying it, but you're believing in it, and you're working towards it nonstop, right? You're not that dude. That not a lot of people can do that.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it.
You know what I mean? So that's awesome, man. It's awesome to have you here. Let our viewers know where they can find you, even though we're going to put it on the description.
Thank you guys so much. You guys can find me on Instagram at I_SEEE_BRICE. Business page, The Official Hoodiegang. I also will post, they will post our app, Kickback. We've had so many downloads that it's crashed, so we're getting a little, bug fixes. But once that is completely up and running, which it should be now, you'll be able to find any event in the world and host any event in the world. So sooner with this next update that is coming out, every club, every event will be listed, so you guys will no longer have to waste your time trying to find out what's lit, what's not lit. Fellas, how many girls are there? Do the girls look good? Ladies, how many guys are there? Any short kings? I don't want to go there, as y'all like to say. But yeah, you guys will be able to see, everything. So yeah, I just want to say, thanks for the Daily Dose podcast for having me. And this is only the beginning. You guys are going to see so much for them. So I didn't know they're going to hit 2 million subscribers in the next year.
Let's do it.
Facts.
Let's do it.
No, if you want to see more content like this, guys, the whole point of this is to empower young adults in female, male, whatever, any age really. But we're trying to give value, trying to provide value, and we're trying to help you elevate your life to the next level. So make sure to subscribe, like, and comment if you enjoyed the video, and share it with anybody that needs to hear these things.
Yes,
all right.
Yeah.
So until next time.
Next time we'll catch up with you guys later.
All right, big guys.
Awesome.
Be good.